Welcome back, AMC. It's your boy D, and this is D's Daily DD, and it's all about the due diligence. So remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, right? So don't take it as that. Take it for educational and entertainment purposes. And like one of the big YouTubers says, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But guys, I have been on a non-stop roll here. Just I've been researching all night, kind of trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I think the information that I got today is going to be very useful, very important, and I'm gonna try to blow your mind. It blew my mind. I nearly shit my pants when I did all the math and calculated things. But yeah, I'm really excited to bring you this information today. I think it's gonna change your perspective and give you some hope and some faith and the conviction. If you need conviction, you can take it from me. I always try to give you my best educated guess, and I'm not here just to sell you hopium or dates or nothing crazy. Although for this exact video, for this purpose, there is some numbers and some dates, but they actually have backing. It's not just, I'm just not just pulling these dates out of thin air. But yeah, not sponsored by Dutch Bros, but hey guys, if you want to talk, hit me up. And I'm probably talking really fast because today I did have a lot of caffeine. But yeah, guys, I went down the rabbit hole. I can't believe what I found, and I want to share it with y'all. So if you want, help me out. If you want to help me out, get this information to other apes. This is probably one of the best DD videos I have ever done, in my opinion. All of this, again, guys, is going to be my opinion based on public information. So you have to make your own decisions, because I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I'm not here to tell you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and my perspective. And shout out to all the new subscribers. Definitely been getting a lot the past couple weeks. I think you guys are starting to see my vision, my theory, and my what I see through my and what goes on in my brain, right? What my opinions are. So thank you guys. But yeah, let's jump into this. I don't want to make this video super long, so the attention span, stays for people. But check this out. First, let's just start off with Aron. He has been going off this morning. Let's just read them real quick. Extremely important, especially for those who incorrectly fear dilution. I own 793,974 AMC/APE units and 2.1 million more already granted vested for 2003, 2024, 2025. My goal is to guide AMC smartly through these challenging times. How best to do that? Get a ton of cash in the bank. Now, again, that theory that he's out to screw us, I think that's really dumb. He wants to see his company succeed. And if the company succeeds, even though it's not about fundamentals, then we succeed, because if they go bankrupt, there's no squeeze, guys. Next, my point, of course, is that I am an AMC shareholder, a really big shareholder. My incentives are to help shareholders, not to hurt them. If I hurt you, I hurt myself. Why would I want to do that? Question mark. To the best of my ability, my plan is to make AMC stronger and get it to thrive. As you can see, the apes are loving it. Retail investors liking it, retweeting it. All right, now there is some FUD that came out that was kind of saying that it's a bad thing that Cineworld is going out of business. Unfortunately, right, for them it is a bad thing, but they're the competition, guys. So Cineworld Regal just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection for its theaters in the US and UK. Fortunately, AMC is in a very, very different situation, because retail investors embraced us and let us raise boatloads of cash. Thank you to retail. You really did save AMC. Now, he's very confident. He's speaking very clearly. I do dig that. Now we're gonna switch back and forth through these, because this is the information that I dug up, and I'm gonna try to make it make sense for y'all. It really made sense for me. Ftd'S, T+35 settlement. This is what this is going to be based off. The settlement for Ftd'S. Regular days, it counts all days. When it comes to T+35, it's not just trading days, it counts all days, and I can prove it. Let's go here. So when you have your T+35 information, you have it right here. Failure to deliver is retrieved. Data is retrieved from the SEC. What is a T+35 theory? As quoted from the SEC, if an FTD position results from the sale of a security that a person is deemed to own and that such tends to deliver as soon as all restrictions on delivery have been removed, the firm has up to 35 calendar days following the trade date to close out the failure to deliver position by purchasing securities of like and kind quantity. In the event of FTD surges, examples FTD quantity more than 1 million, more than 90% of FTD amount in at least 100K FTDs for stocks that are heavily shorted, such as AMC and GME, on T+35 date, stocks might experience a surge in price action. You can refer to this post on Reddit for more information. But look, guys, you remember when there was the 9.7 million FTDs, 9.6 back on June 28th. It was in red because it's a lot. So you take a look at this. This is the T+35 date, and that's exactly 35 calendar days. When we go to the chart on AMC, you can go back to that date. So we are looking for June 27th June 28th and August 2nd. June 28th. I think it was right here. June 28th was right here when the FTDs happened. And then on the 2nd, right here is the 2nd. What do you see right after on the 3rd? You see a lot of price action to the upside. So that's when we went from like 13 to 27.50 before the split. There's the proof for that. Let's go back to this. Let's switch back. So the threshold list, what is it? I've already explained to you in the past couple of videos. It's when there's 5 consecutive days of aggregate FTDs. Day 5 right now. So we're on day 5 out of the 13 days, for 13 days of forced liquidity from the DTCC and the NSCC, right? So according to the rules, they have up to 13 days to cover. If they don't, they're going to be, forced to cover. Now, it doesn't, well, first off, it means that there's indicative of naked shorting, selling with profit with no accountability. That's what that means. And just because it's on the threshold list and the 13 days pass, it doesn't mean that on the 14th day it's going to squeeze, right? I'm gonna show you what's up with that, what I'm talking about. Next, you have September 19th would be the 13th day. Now, because I was wondering if the 5 days counted, the 5 consecutive days, but they don't. Only the days that it's on the threshold list count. So today, if we see it again, which I hope, right, I want it to stay on the threshold list, as far as APE, because then that means they're still having issues with the settlement. And personally, not financial advice, I'm going to keep buying the next few days because I don't want them to be able to settle those shares, right? So next, do what you want to do with your money, but that's one way, right? If the apes come in and they start buying more, that's why they've been trying to scare you to sell so they can get those shares for cheap. If we come in and we just continue to buy, then they won't be able to settle the shares, in my opinion. So from here, T+35 from August 31st. Now, I'm not giving you the dates because a lot needs to happen. I'm not telling you that it's going to happen. I'm not promising you. That's why I like make your own decisions. But October 6th is potentially the rocket day, right? Potentially, guys. All right. Take that. Listen to the words I'm saying, potentially. A lot needs to happen and it needs to stay on the threshold list. So on 6/28, there was 9.6 million FTDs, like I showed you on AMC. The T+35 date was 8.2, and the price of AMC went up 111% from August 2nd to August 11th. Now let's go back in time. Okay, right here, GME on December 8th, 2020 is when it showed up on the list, on the threshold list. I went back and I looked through all these dates and I did the math and all that. But when you go here, I'll show you that this is the first day that it shows up. Right here, 12/8/2020. Right, pay attention to that. It's on the threshold list until February 3rd, 2021. And remember the whole thing with the buy button was it was removed on January 28th, and it was still on the threshold list that whole time from the 8th until February 3rd. The T+35 date was January 12th. So let me show you on the chart. This is GME from 12/8 to 2/3. 12/8. This is 12/8 when it shows up on the threshold list. All the way, right? You got the 35 days. And then on the 12th, that was the last 35. So on the 36th date is when you start to see GME explode, right? On the 13th, all the way until January 28th when they couldn't handle it anymore. Allegedly, right, they were going to go bankrupt. The brokers, you know who, you know which ones. I don't have to explain that. But the T+35 day is on January 12th, guys. That's insane, right? The price ran from $4 to 500 and some dollars at the peak. I remember seeing it. And that's when it was from the 13th, the price action, till the 28th. Shorts were forced out. They were burned, right? Settled because of the DTCC, because they weren't able to locate the shares. They were forced out. Settled the shares on February 4th. That's when it came off the list on the 3rd, and 5 days later is February 4th. From the 28th, when people sold, right, throughout that week, when people sold all the shares, they finally got enough shares to be able to settle. And then that's when they got off the threshold list, because in order to stay on the threshold list, in order to get on the threshold list, you have to have 5 consecutive days of FTDs. So in my opinion, that's what happened. They were able to settle the shares. And then we go to AMC, guys. And again, I did the same thing. I went through the threshold list. The beauty about the threshold is there's not very many stocks on there at a time, right? There's only like 20, 25 max that I've seen. So you can dig and search and look fast. And AMC, it goes in alphabetical order. So AMC was popping up at the top. AMC showed up on the threshold list on the 17th, 2020. It was on the threshold list until 12/28, 2020. It was only on there 8 days, but the T+35 was January 21st. Now remember that AMC has an options chain. In my perspective, from my opinion, my thoughts, I think they were able to do swaps. They did some kind of deals where they, got rid of the Ftd'S, and they were able to hide them and get off the threshold list. But the price ran from $4 to $25 from the 22nd to the 27th. And I have been in AMC. I got in the beginning of January. That's when I first heard about it, right? And I got in, and I've been through all this, so I can prove it. And if Ape stays on the threshold list, I do expect a squeeze, in my opinion. Because you go back to the charts, that's why I have it on the daily. Now we're going all the way back to December 17th. Right here, December 17th is when it got on the threshold list. By the 28th, it was removed. But the T+35 date, you go over here, and it was the 21st. 21st, and then next day, they were forced. And what happened? We had a run. And they took away the buy button. They didn't want anybody else getting in. That's why I have my position. That's why I think, we're running out of time. As far as the squeeze, I think it's near. Like, especially, all I need to see is Ape stay on the threshold list. So that's the most important thing, that Ape needs to stay on the threshold list. This is the proof of the 13 days that I've been showing you guys. Here's the proof that Ape is still on the threshold list. Yesterday, it was on the threshold list. Now, remember, this doesn't update until 7 p.m. my time on the West Coast. So that's when you get the update, every day at 7, by the end of 7 p.m. The Ftd'S, what does it do? Subsequently, the pending failure to deliver creates what are called phantom shares in the marketplace, which may dilute the price of the underlying stock. In other words, the buyer on the other side, such trades may own shares on paper which do not actually exist. What does that say right there? Right? Make your own decisions. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here because the video is getting a little bit longer than I expected it to. But if you need to go back and look through all this and hear it a second time, please do. But it all adds up. Now, that's what needs to happen, in my opinion. And I'm gonna keep buying until, let me go back. I am gonna personally keep buying so they have, more trouble settling the shares. I think we're so close, but it's up to us, the apes. Hold together, hold strong. I'm diamond handing this, and that's the information I want to bring to you guys. All right, so have a good day. Peace out.